Guys, Boston is a city of neighborhoods, and depending on your lifestyle, some of these neighborhoods are going to be a much better fit for you than others. So I wanted to do a quick video breaking down the top 10 most desirable neighborhoods of Boston, maybe spend a minute or so on each, give you a better idea of where to take your search from here. Some of these might stand out more than others depending on what you're looking for. And if you want to dive deeper into any of these neighborhoods, I've done a number of videos on all of these. So feel free to take a look at those or give us a call and just let us know what you're looking for. If you want to skip the YouTube research nonsense and just move right to what you are looking for, we'll tell you where to find it. And we'll even hook you up with another real estate agent if that makes the most sense. We'll let you know to proceed on your own if that makes the most sense, or we're happy to partner with you if that makes sense as well. So feel free to give us a call at that number below. Let us know what you're looking for. That way you can skip all the research and let us do the hard work for you. So let's dive into the top 10 most desirable neighborhoods in Boston. And just so you're aware, this isn't really based on price. This isn't really based on the highest to lowest price, but a lot of these most desirable neighborhoods tend to be on the pricier side. So stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to do a few honorable mentions as far as neighborhoods are a little bit more budget friendly, but are also drawing a lot of people in from both the Boston area and from out of town. So with that said, let's dive into the top 10 most desirable neighborhoods in Boston. Number 1 is the Back Bay. This is above and beyond my favorite neighborhood of town for a lot of reasons. It's one of the most iconic neighborhoods in Boston. The vibe here is sort of old money elegance. It's very polished, very prestigious, very timeless Boston. It's known for its historic brownstones, its wide avenues, the classic architecture. People love it here because of the Newbury Street shopping, the amazing dining options. It's got unmatched walkability, the timeless curb appeal. I personally love it here because you are in the heart of the city. You are surrounded by other amazing neighborhoods. There are a ton of amenities, but you're also not surrounded by skyscrapers like you are downtown or in Midtown or the financial district. There is a ton to do, but it's less claustrophobic. There's a ton of open green space, the Esplanade, Commonwealth Avenue Park, the Public Garden, Boston Common, Copley Square, amazing shopping and dining. Again, it's just a fantastic neighborhood. It's got a little bit of everything. This is best for buyers who want a prestigious central location with strong long-term value. Something to keep in mind here is the inventory is pretty limited, but the demand is very stable, and you're just going to pay top dollar in this neighborhood. This is really one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Boston alongside the Seaport, which I'll get into in a few minutes. Number 2 is Beacon Hill. This neighborhood feels a little bit like a postcard. The vibe here is historic. It's got this storybook charm. It's luxurious, but it's sort of quiet up there. It's very discreet, very traditional. You have these gas lamps, brick sidewalks, historic charm absolutely everywhere you look. People love it because it's steps from downtown, steps from Boston Common, the State House. It's got this very quiet, very residential feel. The architectural character and charm is unmatched in this neighborhood. This is best for buyers who are going to prioritize that iconic Boston charm and location over the square footage and amenities. There are really none of those modern high rises with every amenity under the sun in this neighborhood. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at Beacon Hill and you're wanting to live in one of those buildings with every amenity imaginable. Number 3 is the South End. Now the South End sort of blends that historic brownstone feel with some of the best food in the city. The vibe here is artsy, it's eclectic, it's sophisticated, it's cultured, it's social, it's design forward. People love it here because of the restaurants, the incredible art scene, the diverse housing options. You have amenity buildings, but you also have these historic brownstones. There's a very strong sense of community in this neighborhood as well. This neighborhood's best for buyers who want walkability, but also a little bit of culture, solid neighborhood energy, and a great food scene. Just keep in mind over here that the renovated brownstones are going to command top dollar. And also, this neighborhood definitely has noticeable micro markets where the areas closer to the Back Bay feel a little bit more established. Those are areas in the northern part of the south end, and then the areas in the more southern or Roxbury adjacent side of the south end still feel like they're a little bit in transition. So just keep that in mind. You can almost feel this a little bit more in this neighborhood than you can in any of these others on this list. Number 4 is the Seaport. Now, this is Boston's newest luxury neighborhood. It's modern, it's on the water, it is constantly evolving. The vibe here is sort of modern luxury and flash. It feels a bit new money, high amenity, very high energy. There's a million things to do over here. It's got a very different feel than almost every neighborhood in Boston. People love this neighborhood because of the new construction condos, all of the amenities it has to offer. There's harbor views. It's very close to downtown and Logan Airport. This neighborhood's best for luxury buyers, downsizers, and professionals who really want that turnkey lifestyle. They want everything in the city at their disposal as soon as they walk out the door. This is a great neighborhood for people that are looking for that. The reality is over here, the condo fees are higher, but you're paying for those amazing amenities that this area and many of the buildings in this area have to offer. Number 5 is South Boston, or Southie. Now, this sort of combines the city convenience and being close to downtown with a little bit of beach living, as this area has 2 beaches right within the neighborhood. The vibe here is energetic, it's social, there's solid nightlife here. I feel like every graduate in Boston moves to Southie as a rule. You have to live in South Boston for a few years. But that said, it's a very energetic community. There's a lot of young professionals over in this neck of the woods. By the beach, it's a great scene during the summer. There's a ton to do over there. People love it here because of the beaches, because of the strong community vibe in the area. It's an easy commute to downtown, especially in the areas on the western part of South Boston. This is best for buyers who want energy, lifestyle, and a bit more of a neighborhood identity, as some of the areas a little bit closer to the water feel a little bit more neighborhoody, a little bit less dense, a little bit less urban. The reality of South Boston is the inventory is very tight. It's very competitive over here. The parking is tough too, so keep your eyes open for condos that or apartments that have a parking spot or 2 included. Obviously, those are going to come at an increased price point. And also, if you go out on the weekends, just keep in mind that the bar scene over here is crazy. You're going to be sitting in line for quite a while at some of these more popular bars during peak hours. I even see a lot of these people start coming to my neighborhood in Dorchester to actually just go out for a beer because they do not want to sit in line at these crazy Southie bars. But if you are into the nightlife, you're single, and you are a working professional, great neighborhood to consider, especially if you like hitting the beach and you don't like going a long way in the summertime. Number 6 is Charlestown. Now, this is just on the other side of the Boston downtown area from South Boston, and Charlestown offers a bit of that historic Boston charm with also a little bit more of a neighborhood feel, but it's a little bit less chaotic, a little bit quieter. It's sort of like a historic meets residential neighborhood. It's a very tight-knit, classic, sort of quietly upscale neighborhood. And again, you have that great proximity to the city. People love it over here because of the cobblestone streets, the waterfront parks. You have the Navy Yard condos. It's got a great community vibe. This is best for buyers who still want some of that iconic Boston character with some proximity to downtown, but don't want that chaos of living right on top of the city. Keep in mind, parking and inventory can still be tight over here. It's a great neighborhood. Demand remains strong here. Definitely an option to consider. And guys, quickly before I get into number 7 here, I just want you to know that if you're curious about what the current market prices are for apartments, condos, feel free to just reach out and connect with us. Let us know what it is you're looking for. We'll let you know what the options that are available are in each of these neighborhoods, and even outside these neighborhoods into Greater Boston, the suburbs, wherever you feel comfortable looking. Reach out, let's start the conversation, and we'll take it from there. Number 7 is the North End. Now, this is Boston's oldest residential neighborhood and cultural hub. It's basically Boston's Little Italy these days. The vibe here is old world, lively, cultural. It's got sort of like a European city energy. It's very food centric, very vibrant, a lot happening. It's very dense over here. People love it because of the legendary restaurants, the waterfront access. It's got that European neighborhood feel. This is best for buyers who like that walkability, history, vibrant street life. If you're into walking everywhere, you don't have to be in the car. This is a great neighborhood as long as you can deal with crowds. The reality here is there are smaller living spaces here, smaller condos, pretty limited outdoor space. This is a very dense neighborhood. I personally could never live here. I get a little bit claustrophobic, especially with crowds during the hot summer. I just can't deal with it. So if that's your scene, if you love like a vibrant street life energy, this is a great neighborhood to consider. There's a ton of amazing food around here. And again, you're right on top of downtown Boston. So definitely an option to consider if that's the scene for you. Number 8 is Fenway, Kenmore, and this is right next to the Back Bay. It is a great mix of residential living, universities, entertainment. There's a lot to do in this neighborhood. It is heavily collegiate. It's virtually surrounded by colleges. So just know that that's sort of the general feel when you get into the neighborhood. There's a lot of students, a lot of graduates as well, and a lot of young working professionals, but it is a younger neighborhood. It's still got this urban energetic dynamic. Again, very academic. It is obviously with Fenway Park right there. It's a bit of a sports driven neighborhood, and it is constantly evolving as well. They've done a lot of building and development over there in the last 10 or 15 years. People love it here because it's close to the Back Bay. It's close to the Emerald Necklace Park system. It has amazing transit access, very strong rental demand. If you're a Red Sox fan, you can't beat this neighborhood. This is best for buyers who want some flexibility, whether they're living there or they want a strong rental market. This place is not going to have a problem renting units out with all of the schools around. Just keep in mind in this area that noise, traffic, congestion, especially on game days, can vary block to block. So make sure you're working with someone that has a hyper-local knowledge of this neighborhood. But again, this is a great energetic neighborhood to live in, especially if you're a student or graduate and you love that city energy, but you don't want to pay Back Bay prices. Number 9 is Jamaica Plain, also known as JP. And this neighborhood offers a ton of green space, a great community. The vibe here is a little bit laid back, creative, it's community focused, it's progressive, but you still have access to a lot of those city amenities. So it's a great option if you're looking for a little bit more of a suburban feel, but still want to be close to those city amenities. People love it here because of the Arnold Arboretum, the Jamaica Pond. Again, all of those green spaces. I don't think there's better access to green space than this neighborhood as far as neighborhoods of Boston. It's got an amazingly strong local culture. You get a little bit more space for your money in this neighborhood. Again, more of a suburban feel. It's a little bit artsy over here, and there is a fantastic food scene in this neighborhood. It rivals the South End. A lot of great restaurants popping up every single year. This is best for buyers who want that neighborhood feel without leaving the city. Just keep in mind that commutes can vary depending on your location here. If you're just taking the Orange Line into downtown or Back Bay, this is a great neighborhood. Just keep your eye on the walkability to those Orange Line train stops. But if you are in the car often and you have to get to those major arteries like I-93 or I-90, the commuting in this neighborhood is not great. I lived here for 5 years. It was the worst part of the neighborhood by far, was actually getting places by car in Jamaica Plain. So just keep that in mind. But other than that, it's a fantastic neighborhood. And again, another one of those neighborhoods where there are very noticeable micro markets. So keep that in mind. Work with someone who has that hyper local knowledge and completely understands what you're looking for if you're considering Jamaica Plain as an option. Last but not least, in the 10 spot is Bay Village. Now, this might be it's definitely Boston's smallest, but it might be Boston's most underrated neighborhood, and probably partially because nobody knows where it is. This is a tiny little neighborhood that the way I describe it in the sort of deep dive pros and cons video that I did is like someone took a slice out of Beacon Hill and just dropped it on the other side of Boston Common. It's got that iconic Boston charm. It's almost entirely residential. There are virtually no businesses in this area. And the size means that, you know, if you're not living there, there's really no reason to pass through the area or visit the area. So it sort of goes unnoticed. You can walk by it in about 2 minutes if you're walking through on the street and not notice that you even walked past it on the way to Midtown or the Back Bay or the South End. But very central location. People love it because of its location between the Back Bay, the South End, Midtown. It's got very quiet residential streets. It's got this sort of rare sense of privacy and quiet and calm that is a little bit harder to find downtown. And this is really best for buyers who want that central living without the noise. But just keep in mind here that the inventory is extremely limited. Homes rarely trade here. And because it's such a small neighborhood, there's just not a lot of homes there to be had. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at Bay Village. And again, these were in no particular order. These weren't, the most desirable to the least desirable. These are just the top 10 desirable neighborhoods in Boston. Now, before I sign off here, I want to mention a few neighborhoods, or at least parts of neighborhoods, that are worth considering if some of these top 10 most desirable neighborhoods seem to be a little bit pricey for you, a little bit outside your budget, or you just want a little bit more bang for your buck. Now, I would look at parts of West Roxbury, Dorchester, Hyde Park, and Roslindale. These are all great neighborhoods. They all, again, have sort of micro markets where some of the areas of the neighborhoods are better than others, depending on what you're looking for. But you can definitely get more bang for your buck in these neighborhoods. And I see a lot of maybe like blue collar workers that work in the city, staff of restaurants, law enforcement, firefighters, moving to certain parts of these neighborhoods because they're just a little bit more reasonably priced. We all know law enforcement, firefighters, and a lot of blue collar trades are just sort of underpaid. They're probably not making what they should be. And Boston is so insanely expensive that it's hard to rationalize paying the rent that some of these neighborhoods command. So take a look at some of those, or reach out to me if you have questions about what parts of those neighborhoods might be best for you. But hopefully this helped give you a good overview, a place to maybe start doing more research. And again, if you want to skip that whole research step, just reach out to us. If we're not going to be the right fit for you, we'll figure it out by the end of the call, but no pressure. Reach out, give us a call. We're happy to just talk about what your goals are, what you're looking for. Even if we have to refer you to another agent that works more closely in the areas that you're looking in, we're happy to do that as well. We have a great team of agents that work locally around Greater Boston, around the South Shore, and then a team of agents that works at the national level. We can help people in any state in the country and even beyond that. So feel free to reach out to us first. Let us know what you're looking to do, and we'll just point you in the right direction. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully you got a lot out of it, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.